Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And you know who I am, your host, the one and only Captain85. And we got a special guest today. He's all over the place, he's everywhere. I'm saying that he's in the Hall of Fame, he's in Hollywood, he's on tour with Missy Elliott. I don't know where he might be, but I know where he is today. He's right here on the Best of the 757. I'm talking about the one and only Ike Owens. How you doing today, Ike?
Hey, sir, how are you?
Um,
Blessings to you in the show.
no doubt, no doubt. It's a pleasure to have you up here. It's been a while. It's been a couple of 2 or 3 years, a year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But nevertheless, I'm glad you took time out your busy schedule. I know how busy you are, so it's always a pleasure to be able to get you on and let the people see you after you all over the world. So
Yeah, since
uh,
I'm talking to Captain 85, I think I need to put on my 85 shades. So
yeah, okay, yeah, I got it.
so so we can make sure that the vibes match.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I just want to let people understand that you do a lot in the community. With you being a graduate from Norfolk State University, you got
Behold,
and got your own business, and you last week and last year as well, you was inducted into the 2024 Hampton Roads Black Radio Announcers Hall of Fame. And if you want to talk about that a little bit now, or we can just go ahead and get in what you got coming up in a couple of weeks down at Virginia Beach.
well, actually, Friday
Uh-huh.
we have Eric Benet and Music Soul Child Friday at the Pavilion in Portsmouth.
Oh, okay.
Uh, it's an R&B show. We still have some tickets available. Um, for the show, and
Uh-huh.
uh, and this will be a great time. Like if anybody online is watching or whatever, if
Right.
you the first person that sends Captain 85 an email or how he wants to do it,
Uh-huh.
we'll make sure that you get 2 tickets for listening to the show.
Oh, no doubt, no. Hey, that's a good deal. That's a good deal because you say that you can have people bum rushing me and trying to get those tickets, but
I
they
got them. We
yeah.
already have them for you. So,
Oh, I know. I'm just saying is I might get about 1,000 people up here today for just for that.
well, I
I
mean,
want those tickets.
we want that listenership, brother.
No doubt, no doubt. I really appreciate that. So what you're doing so many things,
Hmm.
and being from this 757, for the people that may not know, tell them a little bit of your background and how you got started, how you got into music, and the places that you have worked, and let them know what's going on.
Well, it's really kind of funny because a lot of the situations that I have been afforded and that I've, been in, there are places that were ordered. Like I feel like they were ordered. Like it's one of those stories where you have to be careful of what you pray for.
Right, yeah.
One of those situations, like when I was in high school, I was in the band, I was in the choir, I played football. I did everything to try to find out what was going to be my niche. So when I went to graduate and I went to college, I
Mhm.
went to all these different colleges. Like, they send you on a college tour, and then your parents take you and you go to all the different colleges. My dad went to Hampton, so he
Mhm.
was starched on me going to Hampton like him.
Right.
But on Hampton's campus, and he took me to the tree where George Washington Carver and all the historical spots, uh, all of the civil rights people and everything. And me, I'm a researcher, so I was researching, and went on the campus, and it's just something. It was nice and everything, but I don't know. It was something about it. And then I researched it, and and I found out some things, and I was like, wow, it was founded by uh, somebody white. So
Uh-huh.
not not being not well at that point. I was I was this pro black. I want to help my people, kind of situation, which it didn't matter. It mattered, but I viewed some colleges, and then one of the last colleges that I went to visit. I went on the weekend. I went to a college. I went to Norfolk State, and I went to orientation. Well, you could go see the college, and you stayed on campus for the weekend,
Right.
which was a great. I was a perfect program for me. So I got a chance to go on Norfolk State's campus and meet tons of people and stay in the dormitory. And the Norfolk State bug just bit me, and
Uh-huh.
I loved it. And I carried, they had the band, and we had the choir, and I majored in music media, which is like music and entertainment, and a little bit of education as well, which sort of, well, really is what I'm doing now. So it was like my preparatory work for what I'm doing. And the Norfolk State bug bit me. So I went home. I told my dad, I said, I'm going to Norfolk State.
Okay.
So he was a little, he was a little kind of upset, but he
Yeah.
didn't care. He didn't care as long as I went to college.
Right. Okay.
So from there, I went to Norfolk State, and I worked at the radio station some, uh, and then I worked in the studio at Norfolk State, and then I got into radio. My sing my When I after I graduated, I went to radio,
Mhm.
and I think that's around the time I met you. Like I was at Zam 11.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
fresh out of high school. They want, when you get in radio, they don't have an announcer's gigs or anything. You have to go into you probably have to go into sales. So I
Yeah.
said, you know what? I'm going to go into sales, and then I'm going to back my way into promotions and the other things, because people don't do that. They go forward to what they try to go into, and when they
Mhm.
can't in, they just stop.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I went to several stations. So my last station was at 103 Jams, and I got into sales because sales was making me a lot of money in those days,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
because we got a percentage of whatever we sell. I think we got like 17 or 18% for local, and like 12% or something for national or whatever. I can't
Uh-huh.
remember now. But me and a guy named Nate Watts, rest in peace, we
Yeah.
were we were top sales guys. And I think one year we built, I think Nate built built
Oh.
$1 million in sales, and I was right under him with a little less than 1 million. But we both became in the $1 million club,
Mhm.
and it was at a great time
Yeah.
for us. That was our radio heyday. And then I had a lot of clients and stuff that I worked with that were entertainment people like Al Heyman. And I actually had all of the promoters in the country that came to Norfolk were my clients. So that relationship turned into something. And I started doing my own thing. And I left radio and I started my own thing. And then I started working with these guys. And uh, I never wanted to be a promoter. I was
Uh-huh.
always I was an event. I've been an event producer and festival event producer,
Mhm.
and the name promoter never stuck with me because it always seemed like a name that uh, behind it felt like you were going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
never used promoter, the name promoter. And so I just started doing events, and I started working with several people and meeting a lot of artists and all that kind of thing. And then I'm a creative, so I create a lot of um things. And then the Captain 85
Mhm.
character caught my attention one day because somebody gave me a white shirt with red writing on it, and it
Yeah.
said "The Adventures of Captain 85," and it had Coca-Cola on it.
Yeah.
So I got bit by that bug.
Hmm.
Lo and behold, my old friend was Captain 85, and Coca-Cola was his thing, and he did it for a long time where people did not know who Captain 85 was in that costume and everything, which
Right.
I thought it was great because Captain 85 has saved a lot of kids' lives and people lives period in the Hampton Roads area.
Right. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love.
Yeah, so so that brings us forward to some of the events and stuff that I'm doing now. But coming up next week, I have like one of my signature event is Funk Fest, Virginia Beach Funk Fest Beach Party,
Okay.
which is a huge undertaking on the beach in Virginia Beach. It's the 15th. It's the 15th anniversary
Hmm.
uh, of Funk Fest. Uh, you know, and Friday night, like you can see on the screen,
Hmm.
uh, we have War, Dougie Fresh, the Crank Crusaders, featuring Raheem Devon. And on Saturday, we have SOS Band, Al Hudson and One Way, and Belladonna. It's between 24th and 26th Streets at the beach. The doors are going to open at 4, and the show is going to be like at 6 p.m. with music, and then we're going to go right into the show.
Hmm.
We have preferred viewing tickets, which are up front, but you better get online now to get those because we're almost out. We probably have like 200 left. Um,
Wow.
this thing is going crazy. And then the rest of it, if you come, you can come to the show. The rest of it is free. So it's an option where you can pay and be up close,
Right.
or you can just come and have a good time. So
Yeah.
I didn't want people not to come. I didn't want people to come, be able not to come because they didn't have money or source to come. I want this to be for everybody. And a lot of people we know that things are tight right now for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to turn anybody away. So for 15 years, we have not charged to come, but the preferred seating, if you want to pay extra to sit up front, because I got a lot of people that said, hey, I don't want to sit in the back, but
Yeah.
if I could pay a premium, I will pay so I can sit in the front. So
Right.
I thought that was fair. And the key to that is if you come on time, you can sit up front
Right.
right behind preferred, which is like a row or two.
Right. Yeah.
Just come out early in the morning and put your chair down. It's Virginia Beach. It's a public beach, and we do this in conjunction with IMG Beach Events, um, the City of Virginia Beach, Oceanfront Inn. We have Tito's as a sponsor. Well, we have a whole list of sponsors. I don't have them here, but uh, you know, we invite you to come, have a good time. Bring your chair. You have to bring your chairs, and you can bring your coolers or whatever. But we're just having a family environment, and tell everybody stay home with the foolishness.
Right.
Um, we're not having any of that. This is an adult show.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. And we love the support that we get from Captain 85 and your station. I
No
think
doubt.
I've been on all of your programs that you have, and
Right.
they're quality programs. And the things that you do in the community, I want you to know that they don't go without people singing them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, you're to be commended for what you try to do and what you do in the community.
It's for the future generation, bro. I got Glenda put that up on the screen. I
Who?
got a couple people.
Linda?
Yeah, I got Glenda. Let me put my other glasses on so I can see. Let me put it up on the screen. She says, yes, Nate was a very great guy I was introduced to.
Oh, okay.
And Teresa said, hello to both of us. James, so what are we saying? James.
You said is KRS gonna be there? No.
No.
Dougie Fresh on Friday.
Uh,
It's gonna be War, Dougie Fresh, and the Crank Crusaders featuring Raheem Devon.
okay. Yeah. So, I mean, you always have a great lineup of people when when you put on an event. It's always been. I mean, I've been to a couple of events, or when you do something, because I mean, this is not the only area you do things in. I mean, you
Right?
always,
Yeah. I'm pretty much like all over the country, but it's just something special about when
Mhm.
you do stuff at home.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's good because you get that energy. You get to see people that you haven't seen in a long time. And
Yeah, and and that's very important these days in time because we are at the age that I say uh, that the age where we're losing so many of our people daily
yeah,
that we need to when we see each other we need to embrace each other and we need to support each other and put all of the foolishness stuff that we used to have behind us
hello.
and love on each other because we don't know when we're gonna see them again
Yeah,
or if we're gonna you know and it's very important. It's very important to me, and I wanted to commend Glenda. I mean, I wanted to commend Phil and Glenda
right.
on the Black announcers thing that they put together because it's really they put together really a radio family reunion
Right.
because some of us hadn't seen each other in years,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's either usually we see each other at a funeral or we see something bad has happened,
Yeah.
and I wanted to commend them because uh, those guys, some of them guys that were there, some of them I never knew if they were still living.
Yeah. That's the thing is that I mean, like I every time I open up my mic or talk, and I let Glenda Parrish, and she's doing extra work to get all this information together and feel, you know, uh, you know, brainstormed it and say, hey, let me put this together, and that's what he did. And people must recognize that you have two people, and they have a core of other people behind the scenes, but it's the two people that's in front that say, hey, let's get this done and let's make it work. And it's exciting to be able to sit there and with people like you and other people in radio that we know and work with, and to be able to sit down and chat for a moment. And
Oh
when
yeah,
you
because
do,
sometimes I don't like a couple of times.
Mhm.
Me and that G Paris, we go back and forth because a lot of times people uh you know a lot of times I think our problem is miscommunication.
Yeah,
So if I don't know all of the information, that G Paris will call you up and say, hey, um this is what it is, and then she'll throw that word at you. I researched it. I
yeah.
researched, you
Quick.
know, she'll tell me quickly. I researched it, and
Yeah,
and I thank God for them because
yeah,
her and Phil together. That was a real great force. Um, how that got together, I have no
Mhm.
idea, but
Right.
I'm glad they did. And Phil Nelson, uh, I've been friends with him as well as you have for 30 years,
Yeah.
and to see Soul Ranger and Ed Joyner and
Yeah.
all HJ, all of those guys, and then the new jacks that and it was like it's been like several centuries and decades of people that were there, like the
Yeah.
new jacks that have been in for 5 to 10 years, then 30 years, and then 40
Mhm.
years. I That's a long time, man, for
Yeah.
and I didn't realize that you and I had been, we're kind of dating ourselves because we've been out there a while.
Yeah. Like ever since the 80s.
Right?
Yeah.
The 80s, and yeah, early 80s too,
Yeah. Yeah.
so, uh, I'm just telling everybody to come out to Funk Fest
Yeah.
and, if, all the, come out, and it's like a reunion that we have. Um, for everybody to come out and have a good time.
Mhm.
People don't have an excuse because you know it's you have two options, and it's free, and you can just bring, like my mother used to tell me back in the day,
Uh-huh.
if the event was free, put $20 in your pocket and you got your food and soda money, so you
Yeah.
can find something to eat for $20
Yeah.
or $10 or whatever, because we come for survival mode, or we can go make some sandwiches and put them in a bag and come on to the Funk Fest, have some good energy, listen to
Yeah.
some good music,
Yeah.
and you know, enjoy yourselves. You know,
You always have a perfect, good lineup, entertainment when you
yeah,
put.
because I really take time out and thinking about balance, because uh what is really funny about the whole, well, it's kind of funny to me,
Mhm.
is that when I was doing funk artists, that
Mhm.
in the last 15 years we have been losing funk artists. Every year we lose somebody.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like when I first started, I had Sugarfoot with Ohio Players.
Uh-huh.
Then I had Larry Blackman. He's still alive with
Oh,
Cameo,
okay.
but
Cameo.
he's been sick.
Um,
Then I've had some other artists that they passed away, and the leaders have left, and the group's not really performing anyway. So now I've been afforded to add the what I call the bridge artists, which is like a war, which
mhm.
is a 70s 80s group, and then I can
Yeah.
put together a 80s 90s Dougie Fresh, and
Right.
then I put together uh, a 2090s go-go group from DC, Crunk
Okay.
Crusaders, with Raheem Devon, who's a current R&B guy.
Right. Right.
Then I can put an SOS band, eh, and Al Hudson in One Way, which is a old school group, funk
Yeah.
group that
Yeah.
did Cutie Pie, and
Yeah.
then I can get the all girls group from DC, Belladonna, which is a
Okay.
go-go group to open. So it we're doing that, we're doing that thing where it's something for everybody,
Yeah.
all genres. Like if you're 25 years old or you're 20 years old, you can come to Funk Fest with your mama and dad and your auntie and
Mhm.
all of them, and there's something for everybody.
Right.
You know,
I'm
so I'm telling everybody to come early so you can get some parking, and bring your chairs so you can get a good spot,
yeah.
and we're gonna have a good time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can tell that. I mean, with with everything you got going on with the.
Oh, and DJ Heart Attack is our DJ
Okay.
for the whole weekend,
Oh, okay.
and he co-hosts the show with me.
Oh, Tack man.
Yeah, Tack man, that's my dude from way back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell him we go back to sharing. We go back to when we couldn't afford but one hamburger at McDonald's, and we were sitting back dreaming about these kind of days that's
Yeah.
happening. And now we can buy each other a steak. So I said I thank God for allowing us to do what we have to do,
Hmm.
and giving us these precious moments, man. And
Yeah.
I thank him for you, um, because of what you're doing in the community, and how you truly been one of my friends forever. And
Yep.
I don't think out of the 40 years maybe we've known each other,
Mm.
we've never had an argument.
Right.
And that's hard to do with your friends. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
We were gonna have one time when you was we was at the station. You started scratching.
What, on the turntable?
Yeah, when we was on the when we was doing gospel music, you said, "You're like, what are you doing?"
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That maybe that's when the hip hop and the A's were hitting, and we was.
yeah,
But you gotta understand too, we were doing some innovative
maybe,
things
yeah,
that
yeah,
people weren't doing. Like when we used to do the aerobics thing.
yeah,
Uh, we used to do the aerobics thing on the air, and then
yeah,
we had the ladies in Suffolk that were listening every day, and they would work out with us.
yeah, yeah.
And we were like 15 years ahead. Now everybody's doing it online and everything. And
Yeah,
uh, and yeah, we were doing that. We were doing mixing.
yeah,
We used to do mixes, and we used to have, and and then the thing we used to do with uh we had so much fun
yeah,
doing things, but we were working and having fun.
yeah.
And
But you was also bringing in, the music that people weren't. We was playing music at the other stations because
right, I remember us breaking Daryl Coley. You remember that?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
People did
Um,
not know who Daryl Coley was, and we were the only people that could get Kurt Carr and uh,
John P.
Kurt
King.
Franklin on the phone and do
Yeah,
interviews with them. And
yeah,
I mean, we really blessed, man,
yeah,
at what we were, because I really think our hearts were right
yeah.
for what we were doing, and we weren't making a lot of money either.
I ain't even talk about that part.
Yeah, we weren't making a lot of money, but we were paying bills, and we were having a good time, and and everything, and we were learning. So I just take it one. I mean, I just take it one day at a time, and
Yeah,
I just get excited and get overjoyed because um though things like that don't happen to everybody. And you and I, we just I have a few other friends that we have stuff like that we can share, but everybody don't have those stories that they can share.
right. And that's the reason why I started doing record. I've been doing videos. I got 30 years of video. So I keep trying to tell people, don't get it twisted. I've been videoing her since even before anybody else around here, even before radio stations and stuff were doing it, is because you look at when you read history, they always saying something, but nobody's got a receipt for it. This is
Right,
this is to
absolutely.
go down in
Right.
history. So people can't say, well, I ain't, I can do this. I ain't fact, but it's in video. I got
and we
yeah,
and we have the receipts for what we did. Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
right. Yeah. So it's important because our next generation, they can't say y'all never tried to do anything to help us. Because that's what you hear sometimes, even on the internet today. Y'all not leaving nothing for the younger generation. That's why they out of control. And it's in scripture. The Bible said, raise them, train them while they're young. So if they're
Mhm.
young and if you got the information, like I keep when I do things, like I said, poetry, I was playing my son at the exam. I was playing he would write poetry. He was on about 8 or 9 years old. And I would read his poem over the air. So when
Yeah,
people, yeah,
I remember your other son was young, and he would come to the station,
uh,
and I was working on logos and stuff and drawings and stuff, and he
mhm,
would sit there with a piece of paper
uh-huh,
at that age, and he could draw anything.
right. So it's just when they got gifts and talent. See, what we do is we stagnate and we, go sit down, go be quiet. I'm watching TV. they wanna play something. No, I can't afford it. So all the gifts we got, they got gifts. So you just got to nourish their gifts and let them be able to you make sure that they're doing positive things, make sure that their gifts are being recognized. That's what's happening now. The kids are so talented that their talents, they feel like they get frustrated. And when somebody get frustrated, they see no avenue. I ain't got nothing to lose. I ain't got nothing going on. Like most of these kids that are getting killed in the community, they ain't never been to Busch Gardens. Some of them went before I got married. Married my first wife, the one you met, Rachel. You
Yeah,
met both of them. But my first wife, that was the first time when I met her. That was I had just started going to Virginia Beach, and I was 30-something years old. I ain't never been there. I wouldn't go to Virginia Beach. So when people don't know that you're right, this stuff is right here, or you a kid wants something. Because like I tell people, I used to work when I was at ZAM. I was working 3 jobs. I was working ZAM. I was working Club Royal Blue. I was working the Heartbreak and whatever else. Because like I keep telling people, my kids don't ask to be born.
absolutely, absolutely.
They
And
ask to be loved.
yep, yep. And and I, when we're losing kids, and the reason I think we're losing a lot of kids because they don't have the things uh that we had coming up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, like, if I went outside and me and my brother were outside and we were on our bicycles and we rode down the street, and him and I was bad because we used to think we was bad. And when we left the house, we thought we was grown, so we started cussing. It was
Right.
something about cussing made you feel like you was old. You were
Yeah.
older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'd be cussing, and he'd be on this bike cussing. And then we get down there to the corner, and Miss Lucille heard us cussing. And before we could get back home, Miss Lucille had called my mama, and
Yep.
my mama had the belt waiting on us when we got
Hello.
home. See, now people don't want to get involved with anything, and they don't even know their neighbors or
Right.
nothing. People
Yeah.
see people breaking into your house next door, and they won't say a word or won't call the police or nothing.
Yeah.
We've lost that personal touch.
Yes. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Because I mean, when I was young, I said I was talking to my brother, and uh, I said I said freak. I'm gonna say, wait a minute. What did you say? Say it again. I said, say what again? She said that word freak. Say it again. I said, she said, where did you get that word from? I was watching television. She popped me in my mouth. Said, let me ever hear you say that. And I was like 12 years old, 12 or
Uh-huh.
13.
Yeah.
You won't, you not a curse word. I couldn't even say that. I got I got hit upside the head. My mom popped me so hard. I'm like, it's just that our kids, you gotta teach them. We're not
Right.
teaching
And,
them.
and, and the kids don't fear their parents anymore.
Right.
They don't have respect for their parents anymore. They lose respect for the parents because the parents. I just don't know what it's a disconnect somehow in the parents. Like, I was watching television today, and it's this group in Portsmouth that does stuff in the community.
Right.
And of course it kind of startled me because it's a group of people, Caucasian people. I'm just gonna say it
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I don't care, but so
yeah,
it's a group of Caucasian people who come in Portsmouth, in Lincoln Park, and in our area in the hood where we know. Both of us know Portsmouth,
yeah,
and the park, and they go to down by the old whatever in Portsmouth,
yeah,
uh, and they go and give stuff to the kids for back to school or whatever. They were in the neighborhood doing back to school. So the guy was saying something about bowling,
yeah, yeah. That's all right.
and it got me because he asked the little kid that he was going bowling, and the little kids were saying, "What's bowling?"
Right. That's that I'm trying to tell you. That's the problem. That's the problem. going in the community. I mean, even when I had Picasso's, I mean, I bought $2,000 computers and gave them away.
Yeah, I
To
remember. I remember you and I used to do that.
Yeah,
When we were at, was it which one was on the little side street
which
in Norfolk? What did what Luxury Browns turned into what?
Luxury Brown
Heartbreak.
that was the alley. I used to be a Heartbreak,
Oh, Heartbreak. Right.
and we did. I mean, Club Royal Blue was on Little Creek Road. If you're talking about club
Yeah,
thing,
because we used to have
the Christmas,
uh
the
that
Halloween
Christmas.
party, Halloween
We used to
party,
have a wild Halloween party with all you can eat hot dogs and
not dog
all that
cake.
stuff, and then at Christmas, we used to buy those toys. I remember
Yeah,
us trading toys with that toy distributor that was downtown Norfolk,
yeah, yeah,
and we
yeah,
would give every kid would leave with a toy and everything.
yeah.
And and I just thought about that the other day, and I was
Mhm.
like, sometimes we get so busy and we forget our kids. So I mean, we need to get with some of our people, we need to bring that stuff back if we can do it this Christmas. you
Right.
know I'm quite sure we can get a venue, and
Yeah.
we need to have a Christmas party or something for the kids, and they can bring their parents or
Right.
whatever. But we have to save our kids.
Oh, it ain't no doubt in my mind. Like I keep telling people, you know, it's not about, when you go to people, they the first thing, I mean, like when I go to the city and the person I got the letter from, they send me the email back from the guy that run the recreation center. I mean, run the recreation department in Virginia Beach. Saying the
Uh-huh.
only thing Mr. Bond is trying to do is make money. How am I making money if I'm spending my money and doing everything I'm doing? And I can't get no assistance. I've been doing this for 40 years. 40 years I've been spending my personal money. What are you talking about? I don't ask nobody. I fed the community. I went to the neighborhoods. And you know what they tell me? Mr. Vaughn, you trying to bribe the community. How am I trying to bribe my people that don't have food for Thanksgiving, nothing for Christmas, and I'm bribing them? How am I bribing them? I don't even know them. I would go to the rental office. I spent one year about $8,000. 8,000.
Mm.
Bought computers, bikes, and took them to the other station um, that was in Virginia Beach. Hot. I bought so much stuff. The guy called me. Say, "Yo, Cap." They said you just bought a truckload of stuff down here. I said, "Yeah." He said, "Why didn't you tell me, man? I would have been down there to make sure, I said, "I don't think nobody gonna steal it." He said, "You bought bikes? You bought video games? You bought the consoles?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, but it ain't about me. If God blesses you to get something, He blesses you not just to have it for yourself, He blesses you to bless someone else." So
Absolutely.
but nevertheless, I keep trying to explain to people. Glenda's saying we have 15 youth that will be at the graduation service receiving their public service and public broadcasting certificate to start our program. And
Oh wow.
I think that's coming up on the 24th, I think, of this month.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same day I have the Saturday that I have Funk Fest, so I won't be.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
won't be able to come to that, but
Oh,
I'm asking everybody to support them, and then you can come to Funk Fest afterwards,
yeah.
um, because I think their thing is early,
Uh,
and I just think those young people that they have that they're going to give awards to are special kids.
yeah. And that's what it's all about with me. Even now, when I'm getting ready to launch a major campaign about my book, but like I keep telling people, selling a book and you ain't making no money. You're spending more money than you're making. But it's when young people, I've been all over the country, but like I keep telling people, I don't like to brag. I done been in all other states. I done sold books in all other states, and people like, you need to come here. Come to Chicago. You need to come to Philly. You need to be in New Jersey. You need to be in New York. I don't have to be here. I chose to be here because why would I leave the place I'm born in that needs help, and I go to those places to travel and help out and do things. But here I'm getting condemned by the city, and this is the ongoing problem. Even when I was, Soul Ranger was that the same thing. People just don't know the magnitude of this area when it comes to our youth, and you're just trying to make sure that youth get the knowledge, the information, and they can enjoy a couple of hours out and go back home and say, hey, I had a good time, so they can take that energy when they go to school, when they see their friends. You don't have friends if you don't communicate, if you don't, because everybody, like I said, you look at TV, what do you see in the TV commercials at Busch Gardens or King's Dominion? You barely, they just started lately putting Black people in community and commercials. Our kids are sitting home running down the street, nowhere to go. So when they don't get an opportunity, I used to buy movie passes, go to the rental office and say, hey, let them know if their kids, if you have kids that made the honor roll or brought their grade up, they ain't got it. If they had a D and they brought it up to a C, if they had an F, brought it up to a D, I'm giving them movie passes for 4, and I'm giving them $50 to $100 for how many how many people, so they can go to the movies and have refreshments. And I did that every week, every month. But you don't have, I don't have to tell people. I'm not looking for no pat on the back. I look for that smile. When you look at a child and they smiling, or I know one time me and my wife took Thanksgiving, and I went to the rental center behind the rental office behind, and the lady gave me a list, and I delivered the Thanksgiving package, and I went to this white guy's house. He was about in his 60s or 70s, and he opened the door and he said, I said, well, you turn your name in at the office. They gave it to me. I'm bringing the Thanksgiving basket for you, and he just started crying. He said, man. He said, I was sitting here in my house and I ain't had no food, no food. And I didn't know if I was going to have something for Thanksgiving. And you brought that to me. And I said, yes, sir. He said, but you don't even know me. I said, I don't have to know you. That's why we're here. We're supposed to help. We're
Right.
spiritual people.
Yeah, it's no color barrier with
right.
giving. No,
yeah. But when you see people's faces, man, I mean, and I just stopped buying. I wouldn't even buy the chicken food that they would cook. I just started going to the grocery store and buy the whole dinner already prepared, and then buy canned goods. So, because you eat the turkey that day, but I buy the canned goods that's sold on that's Thursday. You got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You got canned goods and vegetables, so you can pair some more meals.
Right.
So when we do things, we have to be innovating to let people know it's not just me. You can do the same thing, and that's what I'm developing now. With everything that I'm doing is basically to get young people involved in their community and not just give them lip service. You can't keep talking to kids, and 2 days later, 3 more people done got killed in that neighborhood. That ain't making sense to me. That boggles the mind. You're saying, well, we're doing things in the community, and I'm like, okay. And I watch the news every single day, 4:30 all the way around to 7 o'clock at night. So don't play games with me. I watch news, and if the news tell me 2 people just got shot, or a kid, they just arrested a lady the other day for her son carrying a gun and shot somebody, and then they put those bills I tried to get passed about 8 years ago with the delegates. But these are the things that we have to be consistent. And, when people are bringing and doing things like you are doing, Glinda and Phil Nelson, and people don't understand, this is for the future generation. Why are we not coming together and making it so powerful that all the delegates, all the senators and stuff have to stand up and take focus? because if kids are dying, what do you expect? What do you expect? We get caught up in everything, but the children, you never turn your back on kids. So that's why I had to bring you on, because you engage on all levels. You're engaging on all levels of what you do with the
Right.
entertainment.
And I try to reach all levels, all colors, all when I'm doing gospel denominations, I try to leave nobody uncovered, because right now people don't realize it, but we're all we're all we're all we're a melting pot.
Yeah,
We got black, brown kids,
right.
black and brown and
Yeah,
Mexican and everything. So now everything ain't uh black and white no more.
right.
And they about to and people about to show people what's going on with this, because uh people not going back.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm trying to tell them.
That's what I try to tell everybody. We not going back. We not going backwards.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
let you say what you want to say and do what you want to say, and we supposed
Right.
to accept it. And we supposed to accept what you say. And he got me when he said he was speaking to the Christians, and he told all of the Christians, he said, Christians, you got to vote. And then he kept talking. He says, and I ain't a Christian. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right. Hey,
it's like this guy can say whatever he wants to
thank you.
say, and people know it's wrong, and they still agree.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. How you gonna talk about a criminal? You're not a criminal. Well, but again, you gotta fail to realize this. It's the criminals that put our ancestors in slavery.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the same people. We not going back.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Bro, you and I too old. We not going back in no chains or nothing.
No, sir. And the mental, though, all I'm trying to do is break that mental barrier of the change that you got.
Right. Mama, daddy, and grandma, and great grandma, and all them boycotted and got spit on, and dogs bite them and all that.
Yeah.
So you and I could have the freedom that we have. We're not going back, brother.
No, brother.
That's not
Yeah.
that's
Martin
not
Luther King, Megan Evers, it's just too many. Just like when Farrakhan, all these people, you trying to block them, take them off, but you'll put Elon Musk back on. Elon Musk come along, buy his thing, he puts Donald Trump back on the internet. But you took Farrakhan off. You got to go around to different sites to get Farrakhan.
Well, that's because I found out they hiding for a long time, but now Elon Musk done come out front with Trump, and so I get it what they're saying. So when he used Twitter, he changed Twitter to X, because he used Twitter to help mess the election up.
Right.
And now that's his boy. He got on the hat. So he done showed his hand about what he's got going on, but we still buying his cars though.
Yeah, but they're getting ready to get him because when Donald, it was on the news, Donald Trump was telling people like, if Elon Musk said if the label didn't do something, he was gonna fine him. And Donald Trump said, "Yeah, I'm glad you're doing that." They had it on the news. All you gotta do is stop buying his cars. All you gotta do is
don't go on Twitter.
Right. Don't go on the X. Don't go on the X.
I don't want no. When he said that the other day, I don't want no Tesla.
Right.
He ain't gonna be the. And then what they said, the first thing Biden said, he gonna get rid of that 2026 electric car thing.
Yeah.
He said that's foolishness. Ain't nobody can afford to get a new car in less than 2 years.
Right. Crazy, And then like with this, I think I caught it today, part of it anyway, that the interest rates are coming down now. They're gonna lower the interest rates. What they're doing is they try to make you believe, like I said, Donald Trump was in office, he didn't build the wall. He got the money. He didn't build the wall. And the part that he built, and like they had the people on the other side coming to the United States. They was using a little saw to cut the metal, he was putting those steel things up. They had like a hacksaw just cutting that to get through. What kind of wall is that? You know,
Well, I just think all of that it's all it's all how you put stuff, because it's funny how he can say whatever he wants to say.
Yeah.
And people people listen to him. But the thing is, you can't tell black people anything.
Thank you. Thank you.
We ain't falling for anything. Some of that stuff he said, we ain't falling for none of that. None of that.
Oh,
I read that little document that the people from Liberty and they help him put together.
Yeah.
No, that ain't going to take us back.
He done.
Yeah,
he's done. If he ain't done, he will be.
Yeah, he gonna have to do more than steal the election.
Yeah, he can't steal this time.
Nah, we ain't having it, but man, thanks, man, taking up your time, man. I could
talk. No doubt.
I could talk to you all day, brother. But
you know how we do.
Yeah, thanks for having me, brother.
Yeah. Once again, that show is going down this
next Friday and next Saturday.
Next Friday and next Saturday.
Yes.
And give them the price or the tickets. How many tickets if they're trying to get it?
Well, the admission is free. But if you want preferred, you can go to www.beachevents.com and it'll give you a link and you can go in there and buy your preferred tickets. I think we only have like maybe 200 left, if that, and get them today. But come on out and we'll have a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming
Thank you, brother, for giving me the opportunity, brother, to share on your space, brother, because this space is tight here.
This is what we're supposed to do. It ain't. I keep telling people, I do what I can to help the community and people that are doing things and working together. If we work together, we can accomplish more. But people, they get into their program. I get into mine because, like I keep telling people, I know a lot of people, and I'm on a lot of Facebook pages. And trust me,
I know you know a lot of people because I've seen you go out with flyers.
Yeah,
and been with you with flyers and have build a night in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yep. Trying
to where thousands of people are at the club.
Right. That's why I don't go out. That's why I can't find a place. All the places now are so small. I'll be there. If I did that, it'll be people out there. Here come the police, and they're gonna say, "Who's promoted this?" And they're gonna put me in jail. That's why I won't do it, because I know how the game is played. I've been arrested too many times. I'm the only person that ever managed a club that's been arrested 4 times, taken out of the club in handcuffs.
I know, brother. I remember.
But it's all good. I appreciate you coming on.
All right, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, and God bless you, man.
No doubt.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah, well, there you go. I got to run. I got less than 6 minutes. Want to take time. For those that did, because I'm just going to have to, I'm going to have to pick. I'm going to have to get with him to pick, see how we're going to get that pair of tickets away that he said he would give away. I'm going to have to, I look at the people that's on here and the people that chimed in. He only gave me a pair. So I'll probably let you know by today or when he gives them to me in hand. And then I will have the person's name and I'll mention it over the radio at between 3 and 6, probably Friday, or on the talk show on Saturday about the Funk Fest. But nevertheless, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for chiming in. And, please share this with some of your people and friends on your social platform, because it's vital that we learn to come together and work together, because it's never about me. I'm a servant. And when God gives you something to do, you do what God tells you to do. If he said it was going to be easy, if you thought it was going to be easy, nothing is never easy when God give it to you, because he's depending on you to make sure that his word stands. And that's why it's important, as the old gospel song used to be, I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord, and I'll stand here and fight, even though I may not have the right. I'm holding up the banner. What God said, the words, they should resonate. But our young people don't know the words. We have to educate them so that they will know in their heart, not just in the words that they speak. All you got to do is look them in the eye, and that will tell you what they are thinking and what they believe. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, I'll be back at 3 o'clock. I got a lot of running around to do. Got to be back at 3. I got to take care of some business. But nevertheless, 3 o'clock, I'll be live on WBDM. I'll send out the link. Go to my WBDM Messenger. I'm in there. Thank you once again. Hey, Teresa, you already know. Thank you for chiming in. James and Glinda, Miss Parrish. Thank you so much for all the work you do and for all the things you're doing for the DJs and the jocks that are on radio, and the young people that you're going to be giving them a certificate on the 24th. I think I got that date right. If not, I'll make a correction on my radio show. But once again, thank everybody for chiming in on WVDM, the best of the 757 Community Talk Show. Icons, thanks again. And Funk Fest, you already know what time it is. It's Virginia Beach. Until next time, y'all.